שופטים ושוטרים תיתן לך בכל שעריך אשר אדוני אליך נתן לך לשבטיך ושבת את העם משפט צדק. This week's Parsha, Shoftim ושוטרים, usually this Parsha falls in very first week of Elul or the second week of the Elul, which this year really we are in the second week of Elul that we learn this Parsha of Shoftim. The Shoftim and Shotrim, which means judges, and Shotrim, they are policemen, those people that they carry on the law, whatever the law is. Titen lecha b'chol sharecha, you should design for you in all your cities. So the Mefarshim, they explain that really it's a titen lecha b'chol sharecha. B'chol sharecha means in your city there is a halacha that in every city you have to have a bed din, you have to have a court system, judges that they should judge people, and shotrim, the policeman, to carry on what the law is. That's a very simple meaning of the pasuk, that the pasuk comes to tell us that in every city there has to be a bed din, there has to be a judges. The Mefarshim, they make a diuk in the pasuk. It says titen lecha. Titen lecha is speaking individually to every person, that every person individually should appoint for himself shofet and a shoter, a person, a judge, and a shoter, and a policeman. Besides the halacha that the Gemara learns from this pasuk, that the city should have a shofet, bed din, judges, and a shoter, policeman, to carry on the law. Individually, each person also should appoint for himself, titen lecha, you individually. You should have a judge, which means to say, each person should judge himself. Each person should have a policeman for himself. He himself should be a judge for himself, and he himself should be a shoter, should be a policeman for himself. Which means first you have to judge yourself, you have to find out what are you doing wrong, and then you should become a shoter for yourself to carry on whatever you're supposed to do. And usually we learn this Parsha in the beginning of the Elul. Harav Ateret Chachamim gives an example to bring out the point, a mashal, to tell us what exactly we should do in Chodesh Elul. So there was a person, he had you want to call it a sickness or a habit. He was a joker. Whatever he used to say, he make fun of it, and everybody would laugh. That was his tchuna, that was how he was. A lot of times he wasn't able to prevent that you see something unusual, he crack a joke and everybody laughs. That's how he was. Sometimes it would be very bad. So he comes to this chacham and tells him, please help me out. I have such a midah, whatever I see, I make a joke out of it. It comes to a letanut. I don't want to do that. Please help me out. So he tells him, the chacham, says, let me give you advice. Go to really the funeral places, go to Esped, Madrasa Khatm. Go to these places. Maybe the atmosphere of such a places, which is the sad places, maybe has effect on you, and you forget about making joke. So it's okay. So he tries to find this kind of sittings, and he goes. The first time he goes to Hesped, the person was giving Hesped. The hat was a little bit crooked, so he cracked a joke, and everybody laughs. They get upset. They kick him out. He tries one more time. Another place. He goes to a funeral, he goes to Bet HaKevarot, he goes to the cemetery, he crack a joke, he sees something unusual, again. He comes back to the Chacham and says, it doesn't work. What should I do? He tells him, okay, come. He takes him to a sick person, says, let's go to Bikur Halim, to visit a sick person. So they come, they open the door, they go to the house, they see everybody is so sad. A person is lying down in a bed, crying, and all the relatives, the friends, or people here around, everybody is sad. And the doctor standing there, the doctor also cries. This person says, wait a second. The person is sick. He's crying, it's okay, he's sick, he cries, I don't know what, it's a place to cry. Okay, I understand why. The relatives, I understand why they cry. Is it the relative, they love him. The friends, I understand. But you, the doctor, why do you cry? Every day you see so many sick people like that. Even maybe worse. You have a happy person, and not a doctor is not shouldn't cry. That's not the case. But the doctor has a habit. He sees, he goes to very sick people. A lot of times he saw many people dying, and it's something natural for him. So for a doctor to sit here and cry like this, is it your son? Is it your relative? Is it your friend? No, it's only a doctor. So he tells him, why do you cry? The doctor says, I tell you, you know what's the problem with this person? I'm not sure if he has a very serious problem. The problem with him is that he cannot talk and he cannot hear. And we don't know what's the problem with him. I checked him. Everything's fine. But he has enormous pain, but we don't know where the pain is from. It could be a very simple stomachache, or it could be a very simple headache. With the Tylenol, you could take care of it. But we don't know what is the problem to take care of it. It might be a very slightest problem, but if you don't take care of the slightest problem, he might die. Because if you have a big problem, you know what the problem, you know the medicine for that problem, you give him money, okay, you cure it. Because you know the problem. But when you don't know the problem, he doesn't hear, he cannot talk, he cannot tell where do you have a pain. He doesn't understand what you're telling him. And he cannot talk. There is no communication. When there is no communication, we don't know what the problem is. It might be a very simple thing. I'm crying for, it might be something very thing that we could take care of it, but we don't know. We don't know how to take care of it. Rav Teret Chacham says, this is the Elul. Sometimes we have a problem. It might be a very simple problem and you could take care of it very easily. But if you don't know what the problem is, wow, you don't take care of it. And this might turn to the biggest problem. The very first step to do teshuvah, or to very first step to take care of the problem, to get to know what the problem is. And this is the whole concept of Chodesh Elul. Shoftim v'shotrim titen lacha. You have to appoint a judge for yourself. What's the purpose of a judge? See what's wrong with me. What did I do wrong? If a person doesn't know what he did, and he comes to Rosh Hashanah Yom Adin, and he wants to be judged, And he wants to, before he comes to judge, say, okay, I have to ask Mechila. Akadosh Baruch Hu says that if you tell me what did you wrong, if you say vidui, you say I did something wrong, I forgive you. So you come, you stand, you don't talk, you don't know. What do you expect? To be forgiven? For what? What did you do? Say, I said Lashon Hara. Okay, Akadosh Baruch Hu says you said Lashon Hara. Try to take care of whatever the damage you did with your Lashon, I forgive you. Mechalel Shabbat. Say, Akadosh Baruch Hu, I was Mechalel Shabbat, please forgive me. It's okay, I forgive you, don't do it anymore. But if you come here and you don't say what's the problem, if you yourself don't know what did you do wrong, please forgive me. What? Forgive you for what? The blank check you want? There's no blank check. Say what did you wrong. Then ask Mechila for it. The very first step is to find out what is the problem. What did I do wrong? I said Lashon Hara. I was Mechalel Shabbat. I stole. Say it. And then ask Mechila for it. But if you don't say it, then there's no Mechila. You come to Yom Kippur, please forgive me, you cry. Akadosh Baruch Hu says, okay, what did you do wrong? Do you know? I'm tzaddik, I didn't do anything, what did I do wrong? So what do you want to forgive? Why do you come to be forgiven for? Nachpesa derachenu v'nachkora v'nashuva elecha. The pasuk says, Nachpesa derachenu. I have to look into my ways. V'nachkora. I have to see what I did wrong. V'nashuva. Then I could do teshuvah. Very first thing is pinpoint, this is a problem. Mechalel Shabbat, or even Mechalel Shabbat is very broad. I turned on fire. I moved muktzeh. I did planting, zriya. I'm asking Mechila for this, whatever it is. Then okay, then after you know what the problem, you say it. The very first step of a vidui, of teshuvah, is a vidui. Vidui means you have to specify. Mefaret chata'av. You have to specify, I did chatati, which means, or you say, bagadati, ashamti, gazalti. You have to know what it is. Then you could be nashuva. Nachpesa derachenu. Very first step is to pinpoint the problem, say it. Then now is the time to ask Mechila for it. And to say, okay, I want a kapara. Please, Akadosh Baruch Hu, forgive me, I won't do it. But very first step is Shoftim v'shotrim titen lecha. You have to appoint a shofet for yourself. You have to judge yourself. To see what are the wrongdoing that I am doing. Very first step. And this is a Chodesh Elul. This is a Chodesh Elul before Rosh Hashanah. The old Chodesh Elul that we get up and 1 hour, we get up before the normal time. If you coming nets is 5 o'clock, you have time, you get up 4 o'clock. If you come to the 7 o'clock, you have to get up 6 o'clock. If you come to 8 o'clock, you have to get up 7 o'clock. You go to 9 o'clock, you have to go 8 o'clock. Yeah? If you're 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock, whatever it is. 1 hour before the regular time. That doesn't make a difference. Everybody wants to come to Selichot. He puts the energy and to get up and to come to the Selichot. Why you are doing Selichot? What's the purpose? Just come here and do the Nigunim. Ben Adam Malach. This is a very good song. But what's the purpose of it? And let's focus on this Ben Adam. What do you say Ben Adam? He said Ben Adam Malachan Nirdam. Why you were sleeping? Who? This guy, he got up 4 o'clock in the morning and he came to Selichot and he tells himself, Ben Adam Malacha Nirdam. Why you're sleeping? Get up. I got up already. I'm in the shul. Well, Malacha Nirdam. Why you're sleeping? Why I got up already? You have to know, this Ben Adam is not a tachanun. It's not vidui. It's a kum kera v'tachanunim. Get up and say tachanunim. So this Ben Adam is not a tachanun. It's not a bakasha. It's not a tefillah. What is this? This piyut in the beginning of the selichot. What are we saying? I got up. Ben Adam Nirdam. Why you're sleeping? Get up. I got up already. The whole piyut of Ben Adam only and only is to wake you up, not from sleeping, but wake you up from your actions. You got up already. You got up 4 o'clock. Every time, every other day you got up 9 o'clock. Today you got up 8 o'clock. Why you came up earlier? Kum kera b'tachanunim. Very first thing, come and for the bakashat. So, itorerut. Itorerut means that's the very first step of anything. We are already tzaddikim. Everybody gets up 1 hour early. Everybody feels, oh wow, we are proud of ourselves. Which is, I'm not saying you shouldn't be proud of yourself. Everybody should be proud of himself. He get up 1 hour earlier. Maybe he arrange all the daily schedule to be able to come to selichot. Very good. But what is the purpose for that? The whole purpose is itorerut. To wake up. Wake up for what? To pay attention to the actions. To pay attention, what did I do? Did I say any restaurant? Did I say any lie? Did I do my business correctly? Did I kivut betorah that I had? Or should I make a kivut betorah? Or did I steal from anybody? It doesn't make it. My Shabbat is correct. Ben Adam Malacha Nirdam, why you're saying wake up? This is the whole concept of Elul. Elul is a time that the person should look into whatever he is doing to pinpoint, this isn't my problem. I'm not strong in this mitzvah. I'm very weak in that mitzvah. Or I'm doing this wrongdoing. Elevating ourselves. This is the very first step that a person should do. A lot of time, Chafetz Chaim, when he used to bring the Rosh Hashiva of Meir, was his in-laws, that was a Talmid of Chafetz Chaim, used to say that Chafetz Chaim many times said that, a lot of times when we want to have a itorerut, we want to go give others musar and to wake up other people, and when we see something somebody else is doing wrong, let's do it. We have such a tendency to give musar to everybody. Chafetz Chaim used to tell them, first worry about yourself. Don't be judged for other people. Look into other people's action. Look into other people's way of thinking. Shoftim v'shotrim. Titen lecha. First to yourself, first judge yourself, then ubisharecha. Then go to other people. They say that the Chafetz Chaim bring a ma'aseh. He says, ma'aseh b'chasid echad. A lot of times, Chafetz Chaim says this lashon. Ma'aseh b'chasid echad. It was a ma'aseh with the one chassid, and he said this chassid, he wanted to conquer the world. I'm going to give everybody musar, and everybody should listen. It was fire. So he goes to the big city, and he starts giving people musar They think, can I speak? I'm good Russia? Please, bevakasha. He goes and gives it to people. You have to do this. And 1 day, 2 days, after a few days, there's nobody around. Nobody listens to him. He says, no, maybe these people are so busy. They're from, everybody is fine with them, but they cannot listen. Okay, let me try it. Another metropolitan place that everybody is busy. Let's go to a town. He goes to the town, goes to the shul, or people will come here. He goes on the bima and start giving shemos. Again, he sees somebody walks out. Maybe I have to go to a smaller place. You go to a village, and you start giving him musar. It doesn't work. No, then he says, you know what? While he's giving him musar, anything he says, nobody is listening to him. And he was fiery, and he was giving musar to everybody, and he encouraged everybody. And he says the only person who was encouraged was he himself. You know what? He told himself, very first thing a person should encourage himself. He gives up. He says, I wanted to conquer the world, but he decided that to go to his house, nobody listened, and he gives to judge himself. And he gives himself musar, and he's with the fire, but this fire was for himself. After a while, he was invited to give a vad, to speak with few people, and these few people became more, to bigger crowd, and a bigger crowd, and bigger crowd. But ma'aseh b'chasid echad. When they brisk Harav heard this ma'aseh, it says, you know who is this chassid? I know this chassid. It's Chafetz Chaim himself. Whenever Chafetz Chaim wanted to say something about he himself, he used to say, Ma'aseh b'chasid echad. That's how exactly how Chafetz Chaim was. He was fiery, Chafetz Chaim. He wanted to give to everybody. In the beginning, when he was very young. But he said, before I do that, Shoftim titen lecha. First I should judge myself. And for many years, Chafetz Chaim, he wouldn't accept any position. He wasn't a Rosh Yeshiva, he wasn't Rav Kehila, he wasn't nothing. But everybody in the world was known. Everybody from all over the world, they came to him. Why? Because he started in right. The way that he started, Shoftim v'shotrim titen lecha. First, judge yourself. First, look into yourself. First, straighten up yourself. Titen lecha. What I'm bringing, judge yourself. After that, automatically the rest comes. When a person is judging himself and looks into himself, and this is the really purpose of a Chodesh Elul, to focus on yourself. See what I did do wrong, and which areas I have to mechazek myself, I have to encourage myself, I have to make myself more, be aware of it. And then after that, bisharecha. We wait for that. But this is the avodat of a Chodesh Elul. We should be able that one by one. It might not be, you cannot do everything right together. It might be each year you might work on one midah. You have to be very happy to pinpoint one problem that you have, or in one area that you have to encourage yourself, and you do work on it. This is great. If you could do everything, much better. But at least one, to pinpoint one issue, Chodesh Elul, to work on it. And this is the whole purpose of the Chodesh Elul before the Judgment Day. It's a shame that you should be able to do that.